People fall because God has a sense of humor too.
People.
People trip because God has my
You mean
my
fall,
fingers.
literally fall?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
You sound like
Yeah, my mom used to tell me that as a
talking
kid.
about
Yo, this is your man, Kristen Gray. You in the field with Trackstarz.
Back in the field with the Trackstarz. Ryan Righteous, SEANTANA, DJ Jeremiah. What's good?
All right, make sure you go to www.trackstarz.com for all things Trackstarz. Follow us on Instagram at Trackstarz, Twitter at Trackstarz, like the Facebook page. Send in your music submissions, your video submissions, and your beat submissions. Let us help you get out there.
All right, so Kevin Hart. So he got into some trouble this past week. Announced that he got into a little extortion situation on somebody who he cheated with. His wife is 8 months pregnant, so it was a big deal, right? Out of this conversation, I saw a lot of outlets, hip-hop outlets, news outlets, talk about it, and the overwhelming impression from the conversations I heard was that guys cheat.
get over it.
At least he was honest. That kind of stuff. And there's this idea that all men cheat. And I want to bring that up to us because that's not the world we live in. So why? Okay, so here's an example. What?
He was like, why are you pointing at me?
Every hard question is always directed at me first.
No. I was using it as an example. When we used to work at Radio 1.
Oh, okay. All right.
Woo.
He was like, okay, it makes sense now.
When we used to work at Radio 1, there was a guy there that used to argue with us all the time. Whatever. But one of them was every guy cheats. There was a young lady there, and he was trying to convince her, hey, man, just get used to it. If you just accept it now,
The
your life
devil
will be
is a
better.
liar. The devil is a lie.
Right? And we were just like, it's not true. It's not true.
Yeah.
And he was like, man, you ain't even married. Like, how you know?
Yeah.
And he was like trying to convince her that that's what guys do.
Get
And
yourself
it was
prepared.
almost like
Y'all are a mess.
it was almost like he was like, look how hard they're trying to lie about this.
Yeah.
Every man cheats. They lying. They just saying this because they Christian, but they do it too. They just lying, right? So it's this idea that even the guys that swear that they don't are doing it too. Like this whole joke that goes around that no black man cheats, right?
Yeah.
I ain't never heard
It's all a
that
myth.
one.
Wait, I
It's
never
a
heard
myth.
that.
There's a thing going around where
No black man
you have
cheats?
to say that no black man has ever cheated because
I
we
don't
don't
know
do
what-
that. And it's
I
just
don't know
and
what
this-
black
yeah,
community
you
they
didn't see
living
that?
in.
You didn't see that? And it was like Kevin Hart, the first black man to ever cheat. It's just this joke, basically, like we all do, but we
Nobody
can't admit
admits
it.
to it.
Oh, you saying no black man cheats?
No
black man admits
No black
to
man
it.
admits to cheating.
That's
It's always
trifling.
like,
Because I had an Indian woman who has a very different opinion about this whole situation, right? I said something to her. I just joked about something
have an
happening with her.
Indian
He knows an Indian.
Yeah, I know Indian.
He knows.
Trap.
You said I have.
No, I have talked to an Indian.
There we go. Right.
So, I
just have a
Clarifiers.
closet.
Santana's trapdoor. Welcome to it.
I don't care. None of that's true. But
just happens.
I talked to this Indian lady, right? And when I was talking to her, I made a joke about, I made a joke about her cheating. And she got really upset and angry. And she was like, we don't do that. You guys do that. And I was like, you guys as in who? Right? And she meant us guys.
Black
Right?
men.
Like black men, right?
Yeah.
And so I know that the world believes that all black men cheat like that.
Yeah.
But I mean, every negative thing is kind
So you
of
agree
put
with
on.
this?
No. I'm saying, let me. Okay, let me pull it together. All right.
Pull it together.
Gotta
Pull it in. Tighten it up.
Pull it together, Jesus. Okay.
Straighten it
no,
up.
but what I was gonna say was, pretty much, all the negative stereotypes you hear about, society or media will put on black men. So it does not surprise me that she would say that, because generally when there's a negative thing that happens, if you're watching a television show, what is
That's nothing. It has nothing to do with you.
somebody?
Go
Okay,
ahead,
all
go
right,
ahead.
good. I mean, he just elicited that response.
It's a really big thing just happened in the world, but it's all good. Go ahead.
Oh God,
It's not important. Go ahead.
something with foot.
No.
Okay.
He's all right. He'll be fine.
Okay, it's just a lot going on. But it doesn't surprise me that people would say that, because there are just so many negative connotations that are put on black men in general. You know what I mean? Across the world.
One black man just
So-
got really...
We're gonna talk about this in the break.
Oh, is it?
It's
Is
very
Zeke,
distracting.
Is Zeke?
No. It has nothing to do with it. All right.
Okay.
So the question
wish.
is, why is there a reputation for men that they all cheat?
Because we make movies about it.
Like what?
I mean, there's a whole society.
Every B-list black movie you see out there, it's got somebody cheating in it.
And all the plays.
Y'all
All the
remember?
plays too.
What was it? This Christmas?
Yeah, that's
I mean,
One of the best cheating movies ever.
one of the best cheating movies.
Yeah.
Soul Food.
She threw his
Ooh.
soul
Cheaters.
food.
Waiting to exhale.
yeah, cheaters.
That's a good one.
Dude, these
Angela
are
Bassett.
just reflections
Girl
of what actually
blew up
happened.
his car.
In
These are
real
just
life,
reflections of what
Andre
actually happens in
Rison
real
and
life.
Lisa Left Eye Lopez.
Yeah, Usher.
So,
I mean, but also because it's just a hyper sexualized.
So here's the real
society we
question.
live in. So.
Here's the real question.
Nah, black dudes be
Why are so many
But that's
men cheating?
why. That's part of the reason.
In and out of the church.
Because
That's why.
I think a big part of cheating comes with premarital sex, right? You are
Lust.
if you are abstinent before you get married, you are saying that I'm not going to cheat on you, God. Right?
Yes.
But when you bring a woman into the fold, you're saying, I'm not going to cheat on you, God, and I'm not going to cheat on you, woman.
Yes, that's big. If the person you're with isn't strong enough to make purity a priority for your relationship, don't expect him to make it a priority after.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was watching Black
After you get married.
Love. I was watching Black Love on own network, and one of the husbands in the, I guess,
Miracle, don't watch that stuff.
interview, I watch it and I
No.
appreciate
I
it.
actually saw it. It
Erica
was pretty
Campbell,
good.
and
Erica
her
Campbell,
husband
her
are on
husband.
there, and
Don't let
Megan
them
Good. They have good advice. I don't know what you're talking about. Anyways, but what he was saying, he
You
was
wouldn't like
like,
all their advice. I seen
Yo, his
it.
comeback is
I've
he's
watched
still
all
trying
3
to get
episodes.
Yeah, he's
Really?
still trying to get it back.
I have one more. That's what I was trying to
You spent that
say.
$80 already, man. It's good.
It is. You did.
Let
You
it go,
spent that
bro.
$80.
Let it go. Let it go. She
Anyways,
don't understand why, but let it go. Go ahead.
what one of the husbands said, he was like, if you can remain celibate as a single man, then you can do the same thing when you're married. So it's exhibiting self-control before having to have a woman in the fold.
You can also, but I think Sean said it right. If you're kind of in a situation in your relationship where you're exhibiting self-control in that relationship, right? Then possibly you can do it after. Honestly, there are some people out there who didn't do either one of those, right?
Yeah.
They didn't control themselves, not control themselves, but they didn't have any regulations on them, being together during their relationship, and then once they got married, right? They haven't had any incidents of cheating. So it's across the board. I just feel like to make a blanket statement like all men cheat, we just have no backing for that, right? Like. But I'll say this:
it's a lot.
A lot of them do.
A lot
but
of men.
it's not.
cheat.
It's the accusation isn't the problem. The problem I had was that so many of the men I was listening to on these programs
We're saying
were like, yeah, we
because
do.
these are men saying it, not women.
Yeah.
What-
Why is
they
that
have
okay?
so many-
What do we expect from people who don't have a standard from God? Don't live by a standard from God.
Well, here's the thing
But
that
Christians are cheating
throws
too.
me.
Yeah, I
right?
know that, but when I'm saying when you say on TV, majority
Right.
of people
No,
on
that's
They're
a
the
very-
worst.
that's a very
They
good
are
point.
the worst.
The thing that throws me off.
They are the worst.
Who is the worst?
The Christian men are the worst at times in this type of situation. They
Okay,
are
I
the
need
worst.
the clarifier because I
The
didn't know who you was
pastors,
talking about.
some of the pastors are the worst.
Yeah.
Right? They
Some
are
of
the
the
worst.
gospel singers.
It's the gospel singers, the gospel rappers, right? The popular people on stage. Because think about it. When you real talk, when you go on stage,
No,
you
I
do your thing,
believe
right?
that.
A lot of
You'd
women
have
are
to say
watching
no
and
more
screaming.
often, yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, there's a certain light. You look really good in Jesus' light. You know what I mean? And so a lot of women like to see that. They like to come after those
You
guys.
right?
Yeah, I am right. Thank you. Right? And they like to come
I
after
don't have
those
nothing
guys.
to disagree
That was
with.
rare.
Yeah.
And I was shocked. But I am right.
Oh my
Right?
I can't.
That was like giving him $100 right now when you say you're right, to sincere.
Okay, I'll have to say that a few more times then.
So they are in those situations a lot. The situation is this though. There does exist a lot of guys who don't cheat like that.
Yeah.
And honestly, I was talking to my friend. I was like, hey, man, is there anybody we know growing up who we can say without a shadow of a doubt that we can say guaranteed that they wouldn't cheat on their wives? And we stood there for a while, bro. And there was nobody who we can really pinpoint, right? And then I was like, I can say that right now about the guys that I'm with. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
About the guys that I hang out with in the room. I know for a fact that this guy doesn't do that. That guy won't do that. And I think there is a new, I won't say new Christian man. You know what I mean? But I will say there is a subset of individuals who are not like that, who don't believe in cheating, who are trying to finish life strong.
So I'll say this, like one of the things that I heard was from a Christian brother, I'm getting it all out my system now so I won't cheat on my wife when I get married.
That's false.
That's false.
That is a horrible
That's false.
mentality.
And I told him, I said, even
Sorry.
though,
Couldn't hold it.
I said, you don't know how long you plan to be married. You don't know how long you are going to be married. I said, but here's one thing about myself, right? I've been on this earth for 35 years. I plan to be with my wife, if God allows, up to 70, years old. So we say we were married for that amount of time. And so for me, having lived on this side of 35, I don't know what the other side of 35 is gonna lead me to.
It looks different.
That's why I wake up every day. That's why I wake up every day knowing that I need a personal Lord and Savior to guide me.
Hold
Right?
on, real quick. You only plan to get to 70?
No. I'm saying I'm 35 right now, right? I said I'm giving you my age and saying that I don't know what the other side of that looks
No,
like.
you said you plan to
Up
get
to 70 years.
Well, when I say that,
After that,
I'm doubling my
no
age
holds
right
barred.
now. I'm just doubling.
I want to see you
Till
pass on.
death
I
do
do
us
it.
part.
I do.
So you don't think you're gonna live that long?
No. Oh, God.
We got stuck
Yo,
on that.
I'm just doubling my age.
They said
okay.
some people are only as loyal as their
That was a
options, right?
joke that either Eddie or Chris Rock told.
Chris Rock.
Yeah,
Rock told.
and look, I'll say that is a joke, but it's a true statement, and that's why it was funny, right?
It was funny for a lot of people.
Yeah, it was funny for a lot of people. I'm one of those people, right? Because that's just kind of true. Some people are only as loyal as their options.
But then the thing that
What
doesn't
does
make
that
sense to
mean,
me,
It means that you don't
means
look that good,
a
so a
lot-
lot of girls don't really want
Yeah,
you
a
like
lot of
that.
a lot
So
of
you
the
don't have no
things-
problem staying
That's
faithful.
like the
Yeah,
80-20.
that's
No.
exactly
it's
what I was about
totally
to say.
No,
different
it's
thing.
completely different thing.
So explain what you're saying. You said you don't look that good.
No,
so what?
meaning that guys with more options, guys that get approached by more girls, have a harder time staying faithful than the ones that don't.
Oh.
That was the
okay.
joke.
Yeah.
Okay, but what I wanted to say,
thought it
I
was
was
funny
gonna
too.
go into 80-20.
Once you explain it.
I don't know what's funny about that. That just
Down with
seems
that.
like real life. But
Miracle.
it seems. No, I'm not. I'm just being
The original
honest.
gun clapper.
You're saying everything God made isn't beautiful?
No.
Miracle. I'm disappointed.
I don't know where you got that from.
You
I
act
don't
like
wanna
you ain't on a phone conference on Thursday night when she's talking about that.
Yeah, but Periscope don't get to see this side.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Let's keep digging in. Go ahead, Miracle.
I don't know what he was just referring to. But what I was going to say, what I don't understand about cheating, and obviously, I mean, maybe you're with a raunchy person, I don't know. But the whole 80-20 rule, like if you're with someone that you wanted to commit to marriage, what, like,
That's real talk, though.
like what are you doing with this other person on the side? Like, are they the 20 for real? And what are you needing a 20 for? Like, I don't know if people know what 80-20 means.
I tell you what, I don't think
But-
anybody really can answer without getting in trouble. So
Here's what I'll say, right?
Sometimes you like
You can't
the main course. and
found-
you
Be
like
honest
dessert
about
afterwards,
what-
right?
I'm
I guess from that
confused.
situation.
Okay.
I found that
I don't know
the
why people cheat.
80-20 can also mean the first marriage and the second marriage.
because I don't. So.
Oh wow.
The first marriage is 80% of what you want.
Wait,
the
what?
second marriage may be that 20.
Feels
I don't
talking
know.
about?
That feels
I see
personal.
that. What are you no, it's not personal.
Wait.
Sounds like
No.
a shot.
No, I see a lot of
What?
we have a gospel artist who seems like he went to the 80-20.
I know that guy.
You being mean.
I know that guy.
I don't know who that is.
All I'm saying is-
Sean
all I'm saying
you
is-
being me.
All I'm saying is when I see guys
How
when
you
they
know
get
that-
to
how you
their
know the
second
situation was 80
marriage,
though?
they start to lose the things that they wanted in a wife, and now
Oh, I
they
see what you
start to
mean.
go in and
Honestly,
say,
don't
I think I
agree
know what
with
you're
that.
talking about.
Maybe
I-
they didn't know what they wanted in a wife until they really got in a situation where they had one, and it was like, oh, maybe this ain't what I really want in a
Too
wife.
bad.
That's too bad.
I honestly don't believe
Too
that. I've
freaking
seen
bad.
I've seen a
You're
lot
mad.
of I've seen some interesting
Now was that? Let me ask you a
second
question.
and third and
Now,
fourth
look,
marriage
somebody
Is
situations.
that situation, or is that based off of? Because for somebody looking out, would have said, if we talking about the same person I'm talking about, you said earlier, they would say, a man would say, yo, that's an upgrade.
Yo, peep game. Can somebody explain what 80-20 is? Because people are getting confused in the
Oh,
job.
this
So-
it came from. Well, I don't know if it came from, but it was in the movie.
Why did I get married?
Why Did I Get Married?
with
Tyler
Tyler
Perry.
Perry?
And it was just a whole.
I had my thoughts about that movie. I
Jill
was
Scott
like,
was with this other dude. I can't remember. And he cheated on her, and she's the one that said it was 80-20.
Right.
And that's your 20. Basically meaning you
had
thought
so
your
much.
20, you're calling the woman you cheated with a 20, meaning they looked like they were, the grass
What
is
was
greener,
missing, right.
but they really only had 20% of what was missing from me.
Right.
So when you get what you want, you realize that 80% is gone.
Right.
And you realize the love, the caring,
The loyalty.
That's all
the
included in the
support,
80, right?
all of that was
All's
what
in
you
the
gave
80.
up that to get beauty or sexual attraction.
cute little
Yeah.
young thing, yeah.
So it's basically like a
20.
warning.
Are you okay?
No.
I was just looking at the video
No.
over there. I'm fine.
She was rolling
Miracle's
eyes.
not
She was
okay.
getting mad.
Oh, yeah.
Miracle's
She was
not
like,
okay.
some old cute young thing.
Okay.
Anyway, so
Yes,
that's
moving right along.
but again, that's not everybody's situation. Some
Right.
guys just cheat just because it's available. They're not looking for something better. They ain't doing none of that.
Nah.
I want to say
It's just
I don't
really
think
hard to say no.
I don't think Kevin Hart was like, oh, these people are better than my fiance or whatever.
there's another-
Kevin Hart has a problem.
There's another element.
No,
that
he
you
does.
have
No,
to put in there, too.
clearly.
Every marriage
'Cause
he's
it's
in,
a
every
habit.
situation he's in, he's cheating. And I mean, he's not the only one. You know what I mean? But he has a real legit issue with
And
staying
if he's
faithful.
doing it now,
I think
while
celebrities-
she's pregnant, you know.
Well, you know,
like-
she may not be available.
No, but what I'm saying, what I am trying to say is, no, that's real, whatever. But I'm just,
Gunshot effect.
but what I'm saying is this: if
I'm not
he's,
saying it's okay.
no, I know, obviously not. But what I'm saying is, if he's doing this when she is carrying his child,
It's
Yeah.
terrible.
what does that say about your character? You know what I
raise
mean?
my
And
hand.
that
No
was said
character.
on the real.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of like, what are you doing? Why are you staying with him? But I mean, I don't know.
have a question.
I'm not her. Blessings, peace.
So
Jesus.
you don't think she was attractive because she was pregnant?
No.
That's not what
Meaning
he's
that
saying.
sometimes it
She's
gets
not
shut down
available because
health.
of the child.
okay.
You can't.
Okay. I'm out of ask.
Jeremiah.
Because some dudes think that way, like, oh, you pregnant.
But
so-
here's another part. Another part of this conversation that
not an issue.
never gets talked about, right? What about the ones that always have
Women
cheated?
glow when they're pregnant.
What about the ones that have always cheated, meaning they never stopped?
This is
Right.
that's
I
Kevin
mean,
Hart.
that might be Kevin Hart.
No, but I'm
That
saying
is
like
Kevin Hart.
from day one, you've never even looked at a relationship as something that even
you would
meant
commit
something.
to.
So
Then why get together with the
Well,
person?
then you need to stay single.
well, no, because you want a main girl. So my dad was a serial situation. So while talking to, I mean, just kind of understanding his outlook on it, right? I was engaged, right? I'm engaged to my current wife, right? And so
Permanent.
Yes, permanent. My
Welcome to the,
wife. It doesn't
welcome
matter.
to the trap.
Just keep going. It's okay.
SEANTANA.
It's okay.
No.
Keep going. Ernest,
Welcome
we
to the
got you.
mouse
Keep
trap.
going.
That brother said current.
You're good.
Yo.
Don't let him. Don't
current.
let him stunt you.
no,
Just keep
Okay.
going. Keep going. You got it.
So I'm engaged, right? And I go
Yes.
down to Louisiana, and my wife's not with me, right? And so while I'm down there, she wasn't with me at the time.
Go ahead.
My
You got
my grandmother was like, she said, you having fun down here? I said, yeah, I'm having a good time. She's like, you got your little spooky down here too? And I said,
what?
I said, no,
Little
spooky.
spooky.
Spooky means somebody on the side, right? It's deep Louisiana talk.
So much I
I
don't
like
about
that
New
spooky.
Orleans.
That's a funny word.
It's not New Orleans,
So
right?
much about I don't
we're
like
really in the
about
country. She was
Louisiana.
like, you got your little spooky on the side? I'm like, no, Grandma, I'm engaged. And she was like, well, she ain't here. You got to have a little something. And I'm like, Grandma, no.
Grandma, no.
We can't do this, Grandma. This is
We
not
can't have
the
this
way.
conversation. We can't have this
Yeah, I'm like,
conversation,
Grandma,
Grandma.
this ain't the way.
What is
Not
she,
with you,
what is she
Grandma.
like? I had one.
I had me a little spooky child.
She's telling me this is the way. My mom jumped
you
in
think you
and she was like,
I was your grandfather.
my mom jumps in and she was like, no, my child ain't gonna be like that, right? And I'm grown at the point, but she's like, no, he's not gonna be like that. And I'm like, no, Grandma, I'm not gonna be like that, right? I'm gonna get past this. But now looking at my dad, I'm like, Pops, I'm not saying I understand, but if that's the mother, right? Like maybe there's something in that. So what I'm saying is, I don't know across the board. Maybe. Okay, in the upbringing, there's some expectations kind of
Oh, I see what
brought
you
to you.
mean.
You
Yeah.
feel what I'm
Okay.
saying?
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
in the upbringing, there's something that has to do with saying, okay, there's some relationships that are sacred. Now, I had a chance to grow up and see good relationships, right? And I didn't always see it at home, but I saw good, and I saw, loyalty, but I
Right.
need to see good relationships growing up. And while seeing good relationships growing up, I can have some value in marriage, and then kind of being in this environment, honestly, when I was in relationships before, I cheated all the time. right? Like that was a thing for me. You cheat, you're in a relationship, you cheat, it's all good, right? Like it's a thing. I didn't really understand the whole like faithfulness and being faithful and paying attention and being like that until I got in a situation where I'm around some people who actually like add value to the relationship and it means something to be a faithful husband. You know what I mean? It all of a sudden meant something to be that, and I strove and I wanted to be like that and have the curse end with me. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Let me ask y'all a question real quick. When dudes say, because this was, I think somebody else said it too about upgrade cheating. When they talk about that, like if you're gonna,
cheat,
if you're gonna do it, at least get a better looking girl.
So, is that theory a theory that guys do really have? Like, yo, or is it just one of those situations you met somebody and they was giving you more attention than your wife was, and then it's boom, regardless of how she looked.
I've seen some dudes cheat with people that do not look better than their wife.
And that's called cheating down because you don't want to feel bad about it.
That is called cheating down, but you know why they do that?
You don't want to feel bad, so you get somebody who looks worse?
No, you know why they do that?
So you don't feel bad because of
their mindset.
Sometimes that woman, sometimes the downgrade woman may value the guy a little bit more than whoever the upgrade woman is, and sometimes the guy may fall for that because the girl is like, oh, you're the best thing that ever happened to me, you're amazing, you're incredible, boosting his ego, right? And the ego boost is worth like the being with that I'm not saying that's true, but to him the ego boost is worth kind of the downgrade and looks for other people. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
you ever
it does.
think
It's sad, but it makes
you ever
sense.
think that maybe you downgrade so that you don't tell your boy, so that you don't front yourself out? Like, I messed up with her, so I ain't gonna tell nobody. So I don't go with the bigger, badder girl so that she doesn't, I don't brag about it and let my wife find out.
You're not gonna take no pictures on Instagram or nothing?
You generally don't in a cheating situation take pictures and post it on Instagram.
It's one of those hotels we meet up situation, basically what y'all saying.
I'm just saying.
Y'all asking me like I know. I'm not a
but
consultant.
you're giving out great information.
I don't know.
That's that player that was talked about on, what's the name?
No. That wasn't even a player.
Never admitted to that.
That wasn't even a player. That was a sad individual. Was trying to find a wife.
You on a new role right now.
individual.
That's your old role.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So you're
That's gonna
spitting
be a
facts
topic
about this
another day.
situation though.
All I'm saying is I understand, right? I understand the downgrade situation. I just understand it right now. I
Okay.
can't tell you exactly how you do it, right? But I understand it.
So, because what's the solution for this? Because it's not self-control at this point, right? Like for Kevin Hart, there's no way to just self-control your way out of this. You need Jesus.
You need Jesus.
This is like a bigger than you situation.
And you need counseling.
if you find yourself dealing with this is like I need you to change my heart. You can't just fight through
But
this.
it's also bad when you are a celebrity and when you are in the limelight. And like I remember this being true. I want to say this is true. People told me this about DMX and Ja Rule. Like they were married before they got their starts, right? So when they got to fame, all these gorgeous women started coming at them, and they were like, "Golly, like this is See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
no,
and
I can't hear you because what this guy just
Just
wrote.
say, yeah, no, I don't hear you.
What did he
It was so
say?
disrespectful.
What did he say?
He said when you downgrade cheat, you don't have to pay for dinner.
Horrible.
And you are right.
Oh my
so
goodness.
There's a lot of stuff you don't have to pay for when you downgrade.
I love our
That's a
Periscope.
mess.
Love the Periscope audience because you can definitely tell that it's a
Everybody.
crossover audience.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. That's just honest. But yeah, so
I hope our lives don't get us in trouble. I just pray.
It
What?
I
can't.
also hope our lives don't get us in trouble.
Laugh?
It can't.
no.
People
Because
fall because God has a sense of humor.
What?
That come out, that's a
What you
random.
say now?
People fall because God has a sense of humor too.
People.
what is the theory?
People trip because God my
You mean
my
fall,
fans.
literally fall?
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
It sound like
Yeah, my mom used to tell me
We're
that as
talking
a
about
kid.
falling.
Oh, my bad.
it sound like you said fall in the fin like that. I was like, okay,
That's
cool.
what I heard, and I was like,
God's
what
like, ha!
God like the Joker. He like the Joker.
Got him.
I knew exactly who to fin. Gotcha.
No.
That's nice.
Okay, let's get out of
This
here.
does get us in trouble,
Don't
though.
cheat on your wife. You're in the field with the Trackstarz. Ryan Righteous, SEANTANA, DJ Jeremiah. Let go!
Hey guys, Miracle here. Thank you so much for watching that episode. Make sure you go below, like it, subscribe, click the bell and make sure you follow us on all forms of our social media. Also, check out our website and be sure you spread the word. We'll see you next time.
Know not what we doing. Screw that, they know, let them have it, do it. Okay, I'm erratic, prove it. Never mind, got a mind that'll wind up with me in a lineup behind bars with these bars. Okay, my time's up.
Team Freedom.
Yeah.
We not through yet.
All right.
Trackstarz Music presents.
Turn my volume up, turn me off.